Is this going? It's going. Okay. One second here, guys. I will just do a quick thing here. I think this should be fine. I'm going to lower that just a bit. I think that's good. I thought that was better. I think that's good. Okay. So, we are, real quick, going to get into answering some questions in a second, but I am going to very quickly share this on Twitter. Give me 1 minute. Okay, put this here, paste, tweet, get that out, and on Discord real quick as well. Oop, wrong thing. 1 minute. Okay. Close and unpin. Turn that down, and bingo, we are here. Okay, get this out of here, and let's pull up some concept. Oh, I don't even have, 1 second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Get out of here. It should be pop out. There it is. Okay. Get this over here. It's always a hassle. There we go. I would get a second monitor, but I don't do these often enough to warrant it. Okay. Howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing? Alright. So, let me, real quick, gonna open up the thing that I'm working on. I have colored most of these, but I'm gonna color this in real quick while I answer some questions. So, I have a bunch of these real quick. Let me just show another one. So I have all these character sheets that I've been working on, and I'm gonna show them all off in a second. Well, in like 20 minutes. I'm gonna answer some questions, then we're gonna show some concept art. Should be good. So, let me just check the chat real quick. Hello, hello. Nice to see you guys again. It's been a while, been a month, and for some of you, it's been half a year. So, you know, it's been a while. Stream's gonna be maybe 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see. I might do some sketches while answering some other questions. But, yeah. What has been going on? How you guys doing? Right now I'm closed for commissions, but if you have an idea, just send it to me on Twitter. Like, message me. Because I might take it if it's, like, really good. But for the most part, I'm just not doing any right now. Alright, so the project, for those that are unaware, I am working on a short film, about 30 minutes long. It is my take on the sort of factory tour that goes awry scenario that everybody knows and loves. It's going to be about 30 minutes long. It's going to be fully animated, fully voice acted, fully full, all that. And it's been going pretty well. I got the script pretty much done. I need to give it a once-over in a couple of days. But I think it's finished. I just need to probably touch up some of the dialogue, but that's otherwise done. And then from there, it's recording the voice lines and doing the storyboard and then getting into actually animating the whole thing, which I'm gonna probably start on in November, because I'll get the storyboard and the animatic. Well, it depends on how you define it, but I would get the storyboard done in October, and the voice acting recorded and finished in October. And then from there, November would be the actual start of like production. And then hopefully by January or December or whatever, I have something to show you guys. I'll have like a video. It'll probably be Patreon exclusive at first, but it will eventually come on YouTube and it'll be fine, no problems. Not sure about the rest of it, but the first and second episodes should be available on YouTube, no problem. Alrighty. I don't want to bog you down with this request, but it would be cool to see Veronica as the leaning Gene Wilder pose. Hold up, 1 second. I think I have that. I'm going to just put on this. Just in case. I don't want you guys seeing all my files. Let me see. Should be down here. Though it might have gotten shuffled around. When I was doing the, I think it was September of 2019 or 2018, I'm not sure. But right about when I was doing the Oni Plays animation, I accidentally deleted all the files off of my computer in the middle of doing that animation. I recovered them, but they all got shuffled around. So, like, they're not in... Like, everything before then is not in the actual chronological order that it should be. Is this... Do I have this? I might not have it, but I did draw that... I did draw what you're asking for once. What if I just look up Wonka? Maybe it would be under there. Excuse me. There it is. Okay, let me close this. And then I'll pull this back up. Yeah, you guys don't need to see my files. Turn that off, and then boom, there it is. I did that. Do you need any male voice actors? I have enough male voice actors. I need more female voice actors that are Slavic, so Russian or Polish. I have one, and she's fine, but I kind of need two. Will the animation have the classic dance party ending set to popular music? No, there's none of that. Have you thought of anything with Frigid and Windy anymore? No, not recently. I like the idea of Sunny being in, interacting with Messy and Citri and Piper. I like that better. Okay, I'm gonna close this and let me continue on here. Originally I was gonna try and color all of these on stream, but then I got impatient and I colored most of them, and I'm glad I did in hindsight, because it would be a lot to like try and answer questions and do a bunch of coloring all at once. This is plenty of work already. And then I can show you guys what I got. Open up the chat again. Did you choose the voice actresses yet? Pretty much. I'm not entirely sure what characters they're going to be playing, but the voice actresses that played Sunny and Messy, both of them are going to be in this. And I'm thinking it's going to be Sunny's voice actress, Dorn. She will probably play Charlie. And then Messy's voice actress, Brooke, or Cottontail VA, or whatever name she wants to go by, will probably play Michelle. And then they're both, I'm hoping, going to be able to play an additional character. Because since Augustine gets eliminated so quickly, as well as Violet, they're only in the film for like 10 minutes. That should be fine for them to double up on voice acting, because they're only going to have, especially Augustine, she only has like 5 lines. Well, maybe more like 10. That's more accurate. But because of that, I think having multiple voices is multiple characters voiced by the same voice actress is fine in that instance. Because for those that are unaware, in My Little Pony, if I'm not mistaken, the voice actress that does Fluttershy also does Pinkie Pie. So if you have a strong enough character with a unique enough voice, it's very it's not noticeable to double up on the voice acting, and I'm hoping I can work that out. But who knows? Maybe somebody shows up, they just blow me away, and I'm like, I'm gonna have a new voice actress for every character. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. Would you ever do Spinny-Elle because I love her? I haven't seen the movie, the Steven Universe movie. I haven't even seen that. I could draw her at some point, but it's been a while since I've really thought about Steven Universe. Does the film take place in a certain year or time? It takes place in the early 90s, like 92, 91, and it takes place in Russia. But the characters aren't Russian. Like, Veronica's Russian, the Oompa... Not the Oompa... Oh, I'm sorry, I completely misspoke. These aren't Oompa Loompas. These are Workettes. The worker characters are Russian. Veruca's Russian. But, all the other characters are American or Canadian. I think I made Augustine Canadian. I was thinking of making Michelle Canadian, but there's a joke about underage drinking, and in Canada it's 19. The age to drink is 19, so that didn't work out. So she's American too, but I was thinking of making her Canadian as well. What's a character design type that you've always wanted to draw? I just like villains. I like villainous characters. They don't... I mean, I guess I have the opportunity to draw... Oh, I forgot to put their buttons on. Oh, wait, no I didn't. They're just... I just can't see them. Right. Okay. Real quick. A little sniffly, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Color that in real quick. Will there ever be videos with male characters? I'm a girl and I would sell my soul to watch your animation with guys. I'm not opposed to it. It's just that I haven't come across any male characters that I would really want to draw. The closest, ironically, talking about My Little Pony, would be like, I think I drew Spike once. Like, once. Maybe I can pull that up really quick and just kind of dangle it. But I think if you go on Derpy Boru and you look up my stuff in Spike, if you're curious, I can't show it on stream, I don't think. But I drew him, like, expanded once. I would not be opposed to doing something like that, but as far as, like, other characters, I just don't really see myself doing it. But I'm not opposed to it in principle. When the project is finished, will there be like a wallpaper-ish format? Excuse me. I just sneezed a lot. Will there be a wallpaper-ish format of sorts with all the characters as memorabilia? Sorry, I sneezed again. I sneezed again. I can't answer your question. I'm sneezing. Yeah, I plan on doing like memorabilia and merch when it's done. Both like... Oh my god, I'm sneezing like crazy. I plan on doing stuff like that, yeah. Will your animations be on YouTube or just Patreon? They'll be on YouTube eventually. Oh my god. Let me make sure, yeah. I'm hopefully muting out the sneezes. I keep turning it off. But, who knows? Maybe that doesn't work. Yeah, they'll be on YouTube eventually, but my plan is to upload the first 2 episodes, which can go on and be... like, they won't be censored or anything, but then the other ones will have to be, but I plan on uploading the full film, and that will be uncensored. But I can't risk uploading, like, 4 individual videos and then potentially getting age, you know, restricted or something like that. I can't risk that. So, but I would upload the whole thing eventually as like one video, and that would be totally out there, no problem. Are we getting plushes? I want to make this little gremlin a plush. I think that would be awesome. We're almost done with this, by the way. Did you ever do a character who represents you? Not really. I think once on, like, Tumblr, but that was a long time ago, and it's not, like, a character that I would still use. I'm not a big fan of, like, self-inserting, like, personas and stuff. I think part of it, is, like, especially going from Tumblr to Twitter, is that because you're under so much pressure on Twitter, to be like, I don't know, like people just, I don't think want to get themselves directly involved in their creative work. They would rather like keep that like hand at like an arm's distance. And so I don't see as many like self-insert characters on Twitter compared to Tumblr. That also could be due to self-insert characters being kind of a not to make fun of not to decry anybody who does it, but it might be sort of an immature thing. Like if you're 30 and you have like a self-insert character that's like you, that might be kind of not to make fun of it, but it might be a thing that like a 30-year-old is like, I don't want to do that, versus like a 16-year-old who's like, oh, of course, that'd be fun. Just one of those things, but I might be wrong. Excuse me. I'd like a plush of Gary. That'd be cute. The thing is that I don't know. I think to make plushes, you need like a really big... how would I put this? You need like a big audience who would be willing to purchase it. And I think I have a decent enough audience to sell a single plush, but I couldn't sell like one of every character. But I would give people my blessing to custom order like a plush, because I'm sure there's like services where you can do that. Makeshift, yeah, something like that, or crowd made, fan made, I forget. Okay, so here's the little character, a little scringly bingly. By the way, the Deltarune stuff that's been going on lately, crazy. If you know, you know, but the Spamton sweepstakes was a hoot. Okay, so I'm gonna show these off in a second, but let me, 1 second, I'm gonna have to do this again real quick, just while I export this. I guess I didn't really have to. Okay, I think that's done. But I will keep this open, and I will probably draw something in a second. Okay, turn that off. So, let me open these up. Let me open up the chat real quick. I like your animations, thank you. I could definitely see this cast as stickers. I'd buy them in a heartbeat. I do plan on making all the cast into stickers. I think that'd be fun. I sometimes use my self insert, but only as a really hiding background cameo, like a Where's Waldo type of thing. That's fine. I just don't have like I don't have like a persona insert kind of character. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to making it, but I would rather just have two other characters interacting. I'm doing the little tangled barbarian kissing the two little horses together motion. You know, little doing that. That's what I want. I don't need myself to be in what I'm making. Okay. Do you plan on pins and shirts? Yep, I plan on doing all of that. I even plan on I would only do like a dozen of these, but I plan on putting the film on VHS because I think it would be a fun thing since it's set in the 90s as like a little special bit of merch. But I could only do like 10 or 20 of those, but I don't think more than 10 or 20 people would actually buy Veronica Vedma and the Russian Chocolate Factory on VHS. Alright, so going through the character sheets, we got Charlie here. A little turnaround for those that are unaware. Let me actually open this one. I have some references here for other character sheets from cartoons. And if you're not aware, this is like production stuff so that the character is always on model when they're drawing it. And I've never really done this before for my characters. But this project is special, and I plan on hiring some additional animators to do some work. So I want the character designs to be like locked down. And it's also helpful for like simplifying the designs. Because if I go here, one second again. If I pull up the old one, I compare it. Let me get the new one as well. Okay. If I pull up the old one, there's a lot of detail that isn't in the new characters. If you see going side to side, there's a lot more simplified detail. The colors are brighter, and it's the same character, but it's more like, oh, I don't need to draw all these wrinkles. I don't need to draw her eyebrows like that. It's all good. It's all sort of locked down. So let me pull up this again, and we'll keep going. Pull up the chat. I have a question. Okay. Is there a way to support you? I have a Patreon. I got a Patreon. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yep. Ridiculous Cake, Patreon. This is the page. I can't link it, but it's on my Twitter. It's on Google. It's like $1 or $5 a month, and you see all the artwork and stuff that I do. So that's cool. I can see you guys. You're all good. And I'm also on Tumblr and DeviantArt. VHS is a really good idea. Do you think it'll be possible it'll happen? Oh yeah. You can buy blank VHSs on eBay. And I can also get a VHS, a VCR rather, and then you just put the film on a TV, you record the TV through the VHS, and you can transfer it to VHS. It's not that tricky, if I'm not mistaken. There's like YouTube tutorials for it. Okay. You're gonna have original music. Does that mean the quote-unquote Oompa Loompas are going to have songs? They're gonna do a little dance routine, but they're not gonna sing. It would be too much and kind of, frankly, a little cringe if they were singing, but they're gonna do a little dance and it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going through these real quick. I did some quick sketches of like facial expressions and stuff. So you got the character sheet, and then you got a quick little thing here. So it's just some poses, just some expressions, some ideas, nothing too crazy. And up here is a little like smaller version of the character, just to get an idea if you had like a very far away shot, how they would be represented. So that's Charlie. Then you got Augustine, and she's pretty good. Very simplified. I sort of turned her stomach and hips into a singular sort of curved shape. And she's got like a Mabel Pines thing going on. Nothing too crazy. Her shirt, I've been struggling to figure out what to put on her shirt, but I've settled on this triangle, which I think works very well. Let me pull up the chat. Looking forward to seeing Charlie and Veronica animated. Same. I am so ready to keep going with this. The next thing that I'm doing is I'm going to do a little bit of Halloween stuff this week, just in preparation for October, so that when October comes, I'm free to work on this and get the ball rolling. No pun intended. Alright, so that's Augustine. She's a fan favorite from what I've seen. Then you got Michelle. She was a little heavier in the original one, but I felt that was a little unnecessary. Just because, like, it's more detail that doesn't have to be drawn, and she's still kind of heavy, but not in, like, a distracting way. Do you speak Russian? No, I don't. Sorry. Do you plan on using the other characters in anything else? I could see myself doing some extra content when this is all over with the characters. Like, I would still draw them when this is all done, but I don't have any specific plans for them. Then you got more Michelle doodles. She's got a very almost 70s kind of look to her, which fits with like the arcade sort of aesthetic she's got going on. And there is a moment where she doesn't have her glasses on, so I had to figure out how she looked there. Sort of the trope, the classic trope of like character loses glasses and they have pretty eyes, that kind of thing. Not to a comical extent, but it's noticeable. Then you got Violet. She was the hardest to figure out how to do a turnaround for, because her whole thing with the hair covering half of her face is kind of tricky to pose, but I think I have it sorted out at this point. One second. There we go. What are you going to animate this in? I use Paint Tool Sai to do all my drawing, and I animate in Adobe Premiere. But I have been doing... Oh, I can actually show you guys these. 1 second. I have been doing some more animation in Clip Studio Paint. Let me open these up. Just a couple. Nothing too crazy. I can't show too much, but I can show these two. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I've been doing some animation in Clip Studio Paint, and I've gotten better and better at doing like frame by frame animations. This one was really rough and really early, but this other one that I'm going to show in a second is like, it's not far off from being something that I could just put in, like if I colored it and made better lines, I could just put this in like an animation. And this only took like a couple hours. So if you needed like a complicated shot that was like frame by frame, You could do that in a day, which sounds like a lot of time, but it really isn't for animation. So this is... I'm just getting more into using Clip Studio Paint for stuff like this, but it's mostly Sai and Adobe Premiere. Alright, let me go back here. What's the inspiration behind the characters? Just whatever works. I mean, there wasn't any particular inspiration except Veronica, where... I don't know where it came from, but I wanted to do, like, a Russian sort of factory owner character whose name begins with W. But it just kind of grew from there. Like, it seemed like a fun location, like an alternate universe to set a factory in. And then everything just sprung out from that. I have a question. Do you remember August the Pumpkin Girl? Well, August, she's my most favorite character because she's so adorable. Yeah, I'm gonna draw some August for Halloween this year. I still draw her. She isn't, like, a forgotten character. How many frames was that second animation? I want to say 12, maybe 10 or 8. I could pull up the file later. But I'm just gonna real quick go through these again. Or continue to go through these. Yeah. Alright. So here's the doodles with her. She's got a golf thing, which plays into what happens to her. Which is unique, I think, because she's sort of a melding of, like, the rich character and the athletic character. She's not, like... Because there really isn't a rich character. Like, Veruca in this version is, like, powerful, but not necessarily wealthy. Violet is wealthy, but also into, like, sports. And I think that's a fun dynamic. But right now, that doesn't really play into the script much, and I might change that as I revise it, and add some more stuff in regards to that. Where are you going to post this? It's going to be on Patreon, but then it'll be on YouTube eventually. And it'll also be on DeviantArt eventually, and all those places. Which character design has changed the most from concept to finished design? Okay, hold up. Let me get through these real quick, and then we'll get into that. Because I have the answer for that. Veruca, originally I wasn't going to... I originally wasn't even going to have Veruca in this, but she ended up being necessary for a few reasons. But as of right now in the script, she very much plays the role of, like, a character that knows more than the other characters and sort of gives some exposition that is necessary. Because the characters needed to figure out that the factory... tour was like a contest, and Veruca was the only character that would have been able to figure that out, because she's also Russian, and she's been, like, following what's been going on, so she needed to be included, and I ended up putting in Veruca, and I think her design's solid, but I know some people prefer other characters, but some people, I mean... So far from what I've seen, talking to people, everybody has a different favorite character, and I'm happy for that. How old are the characters? They're all, like, early 20s, like 20 to 24, like that kind of college-aged demographic. 1 second. Does Violet gonna have the same role? Yeah. So she's like Mike TV in which she knew how it worked? No, that's... She's just... I mean, kind of. I guess in a way, yeah. In her own way. I won't spoil it, but that is a good comparison. And then you got some drawings of her. I am very... I love this one. I'm gonna actually use that at some point. It's so good. Like, it's so good. These are all very good. She's very expressive. And I think that's because she is basically a villain. I guess she is basically the film's villain, as far as anybody's concerned. She's kind of got a... Well, I can't even say who she's like, because, but yeah. You know what I mean. Which version of Charlie do you like? Which version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory do you like better? I like the original. The 71 version is actually like a good film. The Tim Burton one really isn't a good film. It's like not fun to rewatch. The original one's got a lot of whimsy. Like genuine whimsical stuff. And I think that's why Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is like in the same boat in like Western pop culture as like Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan and Narnia and all that stuff. Like, it's up there in cultural relevance. Like, it's surprisingly common to hear people reference Willy Wonka, even though it's like a children's book from the 60s, and it's because of that movie. It's such a good movie. Tim Burton one holds a special place in my heart. The Violet scene scared the hell out of me, and I was mad that nobody tried helping her. Yeah, the Tim Burton movie isn't terrible. It's just that I would never watch it over the 70s film. Alright. Then you have Veronica, and her design is the one that's changed the most. Her and the Workette characters, who only recently got a name. I wasn't even sure what to call them, but they're called Workettes now. These guys. But Veronica's design has definitely been the one that's changed the most. No question about it. It's the one that's changed the most. Is Jerry a conservative? She's an alligator. Alrighty. So, I'm very happy with how Veronica's design has changed. I will actually pull it up now. Some of the older stuff. 1 second. Russian Wonka. There it is. I will pull these up real quick. And then these real quick as well. 1 second. Okay. Sorry about censoring this stuff, but I don't want to take any risk with my files on YouTube, just in case there's like a weird thumbnail. So this was the original, just like late at night, playing around, messing about, design for Veronica. Like 3 or 4 years ago. But I was just like, oh, what would a creepy Russian Wonka character look like? And you can definitely see how her design has evolved, and like there's a lot of similarities, but it's like so different. And I think the new version is definitely better. Will the death of the characters be the same? 1, nobody dies, but 2, only Violet has the same sort of fate. Everybody else has something different. And I think people will be happy with what's been changed, because there's not much to really like enjoy about similar stories and their characters' demises. This one's going to be a lot different. And going off of this, you can see the Oompa Loompa-esque, not character, legally distinct, trademark, blah blah blah. But their designs have gone through a lot of iterations, from like something like this to then this, and then the final design, which, you know, for various reasons, no green hair. I don't know why the hair would be green. There's no reason for the hair to be green. Magenta hair, yellow skin, etc., etc., has a familiar classic look, but is clearly a different thing. And I think that works out pretty well. And let's... yeah, I think that works. These guys are a little more crazy looking than they look here, but I like how they look so cute. It's so cute there. The little character, a little scringly whatever. Alright. Oh my god, don't bring up that green text. Oh my god. Here's the thing. I refuse to believe that that's a real story. I think somebody was just making that up. But that is... oh, I hope that's not real. I hope it's not real. Okay, so continuing with the stuff, you got Veronica's page of sketches. They're a little all over the place. Her hair and head shape is kind of weird, but I think it's good enough. You got a lot of different fun facial expressions, but needs a little work, but she'll be drawn more than any other character for the most part. So it won't be an issue to sort out that kind of stuff. Alright, and next one, got the workette. There's like hundreds of these guys. So like just imagine this copy pasted like a dozen times. But that makes it easier to animate because you don't need to animate a dozen different characters. You can just animate the one and reuse it. And then you got their little page. I forgot about this one. Very chaotic, very cartoony, very kind of creepy at times. But that's how the cookie crumbles. Alrighty. And I think that's about it. What else did I want to show? I showed Veronica. I guess that's it. I might do a little doodle and answer a couple more questions if you guys want. I think that would be smart. Let me do that. So, any other questions? Sorry for the sniffles, but it's just, you know, kind of stuffy. And let me do some sketching. I'm just gonna draw every character really quick. Gotta challenge myself here. Alrighty. Would you be okay with fan art of these characters? Absolutely. I'm 100% down for fan art if you would want to draw it. And I will almost certainly, assuming that it isn't like scribbly with like crayon, I'll probably retweet it if you post it to Twitter. Just saying. Yeah, I'm more than happy with fan art. I love it. I actually really enjoyed, in the past, what I would do is every year I would do a contest on Tumblr, which was like a fan fiction contest for Ask Chubby Diamond when I was running that, but that was like forever ago. But I liked it. It's always fun. So yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Okay. I do think the characters are nice and iconic. I mean, iconic's a very strong word, but I think they're recognizable, which is very important when doing something like this. is the full video going to be posted on Patreon or here or somewhere else? It's going to be posted on Patreon for like a couple months, and then it will be on YouTube and DeviantArt and other places like that. Let me do Violet real quick. Just really quickly to wrap up the stream. I'm getting a little sweaty. I had to turn off the AC so that it wasn't like blaring the whole time. Okay. What got you into animating? I don't really know. I think, well, when I was in college, I took a class for digital media, and I had to learn how to use Adobe Premiere to do some editing. And when I saw how easy it was to like move stuff around and manipulate objects, I was like, oh, I can use this to make all sorts of fun stuff for Tumblr or whatever. And I just kind of got into it. If I could travel back in time and retain my knowledge, I would have started animating when I was in like middle school or like high school. But I only started when I was like in college, but it was early enough that I was able to put stuff on YouTube and it was all good. How are the characters personality-wise? Charlie is kind of standard, average, a little unsure of herself. Michelle is kind of nerdy and awkward, but very friendly. Augustine is Mabel from Gravity Falls. Violet is like deadpan, not interested in anybody else but herself. Veruca is angry and has a Napoleon complex. And Veronica is like a disapproving mother that likes messing with everybody. I would say that that's fairly accurate. Just really quick, a little sketchy stuff here. Just as a little bonus. She's also definitely inspired at this point. Though I designed her long before, she's been sort of informed, I guess, recently by, what's that character? Lady Dimitrescu? She's got a bit of that in her, too. So I think, that sort of tells you what you need to know. Because she's, like, 8 feet tall, I think that comes across in the concept art, but maybe it doesn't. I like these little gremlins. They're fun. I'm gonna draw a couple of them. Okay. Do you have a Twitter? Yeah, I have a Twitter. It is at ridiculous cake. It's like that, and I got like 31.7k followers, just so that you know that like that's the account, and it's not like an imposter or something. And like the icon looks like that, so you can look me up if you want. And I have all the artwork there that I've done for the past God knows how long. And I post like multiple things a week. I think that's good. I hope the first episode will have 1 million views. I hope so too. The first episode doesn't have anything weird that happens in it, so it should be fine on YouTube. But the other ones I'm not so sure. We'll have to see. to use a screen tablet. No, I use a Wacom Bamboo Fun, which is like 12 years old at this point, but it works, it's simple, and I like it a lot. I would recommend Wacom, whatever, however you're supposed to pronounce them. I would recommend them very much so. If Warner Brothers copyright strikes it, that means it's canon. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. Technically, none of the characters have the same names. It's an original story. There's no Willy Wonka. There's no nothing. It is an original story. It's just heavily inspired. But it's clearly something different. It's a parody. It's, you know, it's going to be fine. But I'm not going to sit here and, like, act like it's a one-to-one. It's not. It's not a one-to-one. It's its own thing. But I'm not too worried about it. I don't know about that given Warner Bros. Is in hot water. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Warner Brothers. They might not exist in a year. But, yeah. That's about it. Do you think the Wonka prequel will have anything Blu-ray related? It's arguably the most iconic scene in the franchise, so referencing it would be justified. It might, but I would give it a... Here's my odds. Let me pull out the pencil here. Wonka sequel, prequel, Blueberry, whatever. I would give the chance that there's some sort of thing. I give it a 60% chance. 60% chance. But the chance that something related to a girl, I would give that a... Within that 60% chance, a 20% chance. Because if I was a producer or anybody on that film... My thought would be, well, we don't want it to be a retread, and we don't want it to be weird. So if there is some Blueberry thing that happens in the prequel, it will happen to some guy. That is my prediction. Does your wrist hurt after drawing? Yeah, I have a wrist brace that I sleep with every few nights or so. But, I typically have to be drawing for a very long time for that to happen, but that does happen. Alright, I think that's about it. I'm gonna go... I'm gonna go through these again real quick, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So you got Charlie, you got Augustine, you got Michelle, you got Violet, and you got Veruca. Then you got Veronica, and the Workettes. And I'm very happy with this. I am happy with the designs, I'm happy with the script. As mentioned before, I'm going to finish the script this month. I'm going to start recording the dialogue in October, and hopefully we will get into full-on video production by November. I think it'll be good. Question in chat, best girl of the cast. Now that is a question. Who is best girl? You guys have to tell me. I'm gonna assume it's not the Workettes. So I'm gonna just leave this here, and you guys let me know. Who is it? Just curious. Will you have some voice in lines in the animation? I might voice a character, like a background character, but I would not voice any of the main characters, or like anybody with actual lines. Veronica, Veruca, Violet, Augustine, Violet, Veruca, Augustine. Best girl is the one that looks like Mabel. I would say that the best is definitely... I would pin it between Augustine and Veruca. Depends on if you like dorky, airheaded mall girl or rude, short Russian girl. If you like the mean character or the sweet character. That is the question. Alrighty. I think that's good for this stream. One quick thing I will share. I have the project being funded over on Ko-fi, whatever, and it's reached about close to $4,000 raised. All of that is going to go towards paying for voice acting, additional animation, etc. If you would like to donate, please head over there. There's links on my Twitter, and there's a link right here, of course, that you can see. If you donate $25, I will add you to the Discord server where all the videos are going to be hosted prematurely, and there's going to be work in progress material and stuff like that, and you'll get your name in the credits. So if you weren't aware of that, that's a thing, but the video advertising that is on my channel already anyway. But yeah, all good stuff, and I'm very thankful to everybody who has donated. Some guy, his name escapes me at the moment, B-Bro Chase 19 has donated like $500. That guy's awesome, and I'm so happy for everybody that's donated. I'm so thankful for them. Win and Buster, they've all donated like a couple $100 as well. I'm very thankful, and all of this is going to go towards funding the project, and hopefully before the project is over, it will reach that goal. Hopefully. I think it's possible. But it's all good. What music is in the background? Okay, that's the last thing I'll say. That music would be Spick and Span, Windy Island. That's the album. So, if you're interested, I think it's on like Terminal Passages YouTube channel or something. I don't know. It's going to be a big project, but hopefully this time next year it will be finished, or at least wrapping up. It's going to be a big thing. It's going to be a big thing, but I'm happy to work on it. Okay. I'm going to close out the chat, close out the stream. Thank you all for coming, and hopefully I will have another update for you guys in like a month or two. I might make this a monthly thing, not entirely sure, but we'll see. Alright, I'm going to end the stream, and thank you guys for coming over. I am happy that you all had a good time.